so many musicians went down with their own money and helped these people, but not everybody can afford to go around the world anymore. So we're going to do this, we're going to do remote webinars online and help you. Did you call me? Let me see if we're dropped. Okay, I've got you twice, but let me see. Hold on. I know what it is. I hit the button. Okay. No, I hit the human right button by mistake. I'm sorry.
I thought I did something. I was like, what?
Let's see. I hope we're still online. Hold on. This happened yesterday.
Well, they hope.
Okay. Let me see who this is. This must be Ken.
No, this is
Ken.
Deborah.
Is this you? Oh, hi, Deborah.
Hey.
Hey.
I was just calling to see if I could get a question answered. But it looks like y'all are in a discussion.
No, you can ask away.
Oh, okay. I had a very crazy day at work.
Yes.
And I feel like somebody is setting me up. And
Why's
it was
that?
scary. Because I got pulled into a security office. I was getting ready to get questioned. And before I could do that, I said I'd like to, call a manager or somebody that could, be present for me. And they said,
right.
Are you union? And I said, no. And so they said they stopped the meeting because she had an extra person, but I was by myself, and it looked like I was getting ready to get interrogated. That's never happened. And so I put my boss on the phone, and she said, well, I have to get this approved to talk to you in front of your boss from corporate. So I was just shaken for the rest of the day, and they said, well, until I get that approval, you can go back to work. So I am really wondering what happened.
Well, what kind of work are you in?
Right now I'm in sales.
Whoa.
Are you doing medical supplies?
No, cosmetics.
Whoa. So
that
was,
go ahead.
So what was the actual issue? Why what were they wanting? I mean, I'm not.
We
I'm
never
not
got there. We never got there because once I had a witness with me, they shut it completely down, and they said, well, they'll talk to me when they get corporate approval.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So were you cold calling on a company, the cold call in sales?
No, I was just doing my job.
You in human form, though, right?
I just work at a company, and they release out of a big store, and I just never had anything like this happen to me. My boss does not like me, and my manager, but the one above her, the AE, likes me. So I feel like she's going to try to set me up, and I don't know if I'm being paranoid or what, but it doesn't feel good. I've never had this before, and I don't want to be set up.
Yeah, nobody does. Odd things have been happening all year as well to me, and I don't know. I'd say so. You don't know, and there's really not much you could do before then. I mean, you could wonder, but I don't think you're going to get any real answers for a minute if you get any at all.
I mean, I'm hoping they probably think this is illegal to do this to me, and maybe it'll just drop there. I hope.
Are you telling me that you didn't have anything? You were just doing your job at work.
Yeah.
But you were going into a guarded community or a guarded something? Because I don't understand why you were stopped.
I got called on the phone, and they said, hey, can you come upstairs to executive offices? It's on a different floor. And I said, yeah. And I was heading up there, and then I'm not supposed to meet with them unless my boss is with me. So I called her. I said, listen, I'm getting called. And I didn't even think anything at first. She said, okay, you can put me on speaker. So I walk in this little room with a security woman and a random manager from not my area, and they're sitting in a chair. And I'm sitting in a chair, and I'm like, I am in this office, almost like I'm getting ready to get interrogated. So I said, listen, I'm going to put my account executive on the phone. I put her on the phone on speaker because she's in Florida, and they stopped. They said, why do you need that? I said, well, I work for her. And because they're with a different company, they said, well, we need to have this approved from our corporation. I don't know. I was really scared.
So you're a third party. You're a third-party contractor.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that explains it. No, a lot of companies, because everything's changed in 2021, it is having to do with virtual reality in a lot of ways, folks, and it's hard to understand. But it has to do with Homeland Security and how we're protecting ourselves with made in the USA products, and other countries posing as us. I don't want to put. I'm not a fearmonger. I don't like to do fight, flight, or freeze. But they caught you in the 3 F's.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They caught you.
Yeah.
And you can't play into that fear but you had an ace in the hole by putting a third party for yourself, as you're an independent contractor in someone else's real estate in the old. So you are out there doing what we're trying to get rid of is all the brick and mortar, where you are strictly third party in cyberspace. So a lot of people are not understanding a lot of this and feel like AI has already taken over some humans, like something out of an old Twilight Zone.
Oh, my gosh, that's what it felt like. You're right.
Yeah, I know, and it's crazy, isn't it, for us to think like that? But it's like, what is that?
Technology's been around for a while, though, so it's not really that surprising if they did apply that, and it wouldn't be surprising if they were using it, but it's just an odd scenario.
Well, the lady that was head of security used to be kind of a friend, and I don't know what happened, but it's like somebody took her personality out, and she's a different human. You know, I even had her as my friend on Facebook, and I blocked her after. I said, and I just did it to be nice. Well, I want to get along with everybody. I was like, you know what? I don't have to get along with anybody. Block, especially after today.
Wow. Well, unfortunately, it's the fear. We can't play into the fear because we lose. So, they say there's nothing to fear but fear itself. But we have to protect our meat suit, our biological, our carbon-based unit. And I believe that's why the universe has given me Scott Philip Breen here, the Eagle Scout. That's his code name in security now. We told the whole world. But you see, this woman is already projecting to you, Scott. What's your first name, if you don't mind me asking?
Debbie. I go by Deborah.
Debbie. You did say Debbie. Don't tell us any more than that, though, Debbie. So, because we don't know, the whole world listens when you're on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. They don't know me.
Have you been on my show before, Debbie?
No.
What made you call in today? That's weird.
I was just stressed out and looking for somebody nice that maybe had an insight, and was hoping that you did.
Well, are you a Blog Talk Radio person?
Love Blog Talk. Oh, yeah.
I'm
into the healing.
I'm trying to get the connection.
Yeah. Oh, I love Blog Talk. It's amazing.
Okay. And did you see my brand on Blog Talk? What attracted you?
The discussion, and hoping that, I got a good vibe.
You heard us?
Yeah, I was listening.
So you run sales as a third person for another company. Do you do any? I mean, have you ever sold for yourself? I mean, individually for any kind of product or produced anything?
No,
for yourself?
I haven't. I'd like to get away from them for sure.
Yeah, it'd be way better to be able. I mean, have you ever had an idea for a product? I mean, that you want to do?
The stuff I want to do is like meditation center, or stuff that's more holistic and can really help people. That's what I want to do.
How about a virtual meditation portal?
Yeah, I guess I'm just scared. You know, I'm scared to make that jump.
Why?
I don't know.
Nothing,
I mean,
the technology's there, and it's not that difficult, and you really don't have to be scared of it, because we're at a point where that's the leverage. That's what's going to get people into the future. That's why I do what I do. I mean, I'm a straight artist. I'm a normal person, just like you. I just taught myself all this stuff, and it's out there. If you want to know a question, just YouTube it. You know the answer to a question, rather. Anything, you'd be surprised at the things that you can find that are just a simple question you have. You see something online, you're like, when you're curious, just look it up, and you'll learn more really quick. And you won't think you would. But I mean, this year I learned how to write my own NDAs. I learned how to write a patent. You know, I know what it takes to make a trademark. These are things I taught myself, and it's just a matter of looking it up and going, okay, you know, say the trademark. If you wanted to do that yourself, it's not really that hard to file for a trademark. I mean, especially a patent for you or I or anybody that's a micro entity. As if you file electronically, it's completely free through the.
I actually do have an idea. I do have an idea.
What's that?
For like a sensitive person store. Like products that I like that are good for people that are empathic or sensitive, that need
like me?
That you know, like when people start waking up, they got to know where to go, and maybe I can help with that. You know, I've been woken up, and I do want to get out. I don't want to leave like this, though. I don't want to leave like this.
What I present in what I do is it's not a real physical store. It's a virtual store.
No, I know. I mean, I thought of it, to be honest with you. I was just like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my bills? You know, I've been on my own my whole life, and I'm taking care of my mom, and you know, it's scary. It's really scary. You know.
It's all scary.
I drive
you know,
a mom.
Everybody's struggling really hard right now, and even people within the industry that have the skills, because it's things that are in so much flux right now, and money's in flux in different places, and people are financing things, and people either you're lean or you're fat right now. There's really not much of an in between. But I will say this, as far as I've been heavily into the ARVR thing for the last 2 years, and I will tell you this from people that I know that are on the inside track, that in the next year it is going to boom. We're looking at in the next 6 months it's going to boom, and it's really going to change things. It's going to change the internet as a whole. What I'm presenting is something that's going to be a little more usable for a person like you to understand what it is.
Okay.
I'll be doing tutorials starting next week. I can show you how to make an MP4, how to make a regular graphic design, and the programs that I do this all with, the tutorials. GIMP, which is the graphic design program I use, anybody can download it. That is basically Photoshop, and it is free.
Wow.
And I use Paint 3D, which comes standard in every Microsoft program. And I use a video program called Corel Video Studio that costs $80, and that allows you to make 360-degree videos. And I have a web Facebook page called Channel 19, and there are actually templates on there for augmented reality that you can download to make your own. Like I have tab buttons on there. I have
Channel 19, you said?
Channel 19.
Oh, channel. Okay.
It's for COVID-19. Channel 19. We can get through this together.
Okay.
I didn't expound upon it too far. I kind of like I've got my hands on a lot of different worlds, but that was kind of a preemptive to more of a record label. I came up in avant-garde music, so it's a lot of the media you will see will be a little more avant-garde, and that's been a hard part of my journey through this. Is my aesthetics, the way that my things look, don't look like everybody else's, don't look as mainstream. So the mechanics behind it are not as apparent to people because they're not looking past the aesthetics. But I actually did that on purpose because I'm protecting my art and protecting my idea, because I understood that there's a certain amount of people that aren't going to look at those aesthetics. The right people that are going to look at it are going to know. So it's I'd say, it starts small. Do what you want in a small incremental way. And what I produced is something that you can do like really free, cheap. And like I said, the Corel Video Studio that costs $80, that also comes in a 30-day free trial. So to initially start, those 3 programs,
Tell
and
them
also
how to spell it.
how
so they